Today I'm talking to you about search and search pricing. What is a search? It's basically it's like an increase in price due to an equal increase in the demand for the services that Bolt renders or Uber renders. So basically that means that if you have a lot of customers trying to get to places and you have not as many drivers available to get to that same place, you have an increase in demand. Now, need to understand something. The customers don't necessarily have to book before the rise in demand is detected on the boat service. They just have to want to book. Basically, they're just using their app to check how much is it from this location to that location. In the service of the boat or the rideshare industry, it is deemed that there is an increase in demand. If so many people are doing that, before you know it, the map becomes red. This explains why you could be in a very red zone and still not get an order. That's because many people are checking, but nobody's actually booking. That's really what determines search. It's the moment it's basically like the rideshare industry, Bolt, Uber, and the rest of them cashing in on or cashing out on the desperation or the need for customers to get to some place at a particular time. This is why you find that the search happens mostly in the morning when people are trying to get to work, and in the evening when they're trying to get back, right? In the middle of the day, sometimes, but not always, right? So, what I want to tell you about the search is you need to know how to cash out from it. You need to know that, first of all, the search is one of your best business feature. No, I should say it like this. It's one of the features of the rideshare industry that is your best tool in trying to make the most in a day, right? So whenever you go out for a business in a day, make sure that those surges are there. If they're not there, you may have to work like twice as much rather. Sorry, I'm mixing my words. You may have to work twice as hard in order to make a good amount for the day. This is why, like I've always said in the previous video, Sundays are good for me. Why? Sunday has, well, I want to say the most search in the week. The reason for this is because you have most drivers who are off on a Sunday due to varied reasons, and then you have a lot of people who need to get to a lot of places on a Sunday because it's a weekday, it's not a work day, and it's church day, it's a religious day, it's an eventful day generally. So you have fewer drivers, you have a lot of more customers, so the surge tends to come up. Give you a very practical example. If I go out on a normal weekday, I'd probably be easily make something like, by the end of the day, let me not say easily, but by the end of my work day, I could easily account for like 20,000 in profit, 20,000 in naira. So I don't know where you're watching from, but I'm talking about in naira. That's pretty decent for a day's work. But on a Sunday, the same amount of work hours, and then I could be pulling in something around 36, 37. Anyway, so that's just to show you what the search can do for you, which is why I generally don't understand why a lot of people go for night trips, because there are no search at night, right? From the hours of say 12 till the hours of 6 or 7 a.m. There are no surges at night, although I came to realize that a lot of the people who work at night, they set their own prices. So basically they bargain with the customer and then they make the customer accept their own price for going to the same area. They don't go with the price on the app. So I guess maybe that's profitable, but I don't know how many customers you get at night. I've never really done it, so I can't say I have a lot of things to say about that. So understand this about search. They don't stay for too long. The moment you're seeing a search, don't get too happy and relaxed, right? If you know what's best for you, try to cash in on that. Should I say cash out? Basically, try to weigh in and get the most out of the search before it goes. Because what happens is, the moment you get a trip around the search area, before you fulfill that one trip and then come back again on some days, not every day, you just find that the search is almost gone. And you tend to wonder, like, I thought there was, like, this whole place was just red a moment ago. Right now it's almost white, right? So sometimes it's very, 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 very necessary to understand when you need to just cash out on that particular search, take it on a very long distance trip, because that would pay you better. But if you go on short distances, what might be normally 500 before, because of the search, it might be 800, it might be 900, might be 1,000, but then that's the most you can get out of it. But if you go on a long distance for just that one particular search, sometimes what usually would have been 3,000 would now be 5,000. You get the point? Like, you'd be making a whole lot more. So it's just to know when you need to take that long trip, and then other times you just need the short trips around the search area. For instance, you go from one short location to another search location, and normally what would have cost around 500, like I said, would probably cost around 800 or 1,000. So you do that for several trips, you understand that you've been able to pull in a lot more than what you would have ordinarily pulled in if there was no search. So get this. Searches don't last for too long. That's basically what I'm trying to say in this video. They don't last for too long. Study your map, study your area, study your region very well, and understand how long and well how well to use the search when they arrive. Okay? Because you'd really be doing yourself a whole lot of good if you use those searches well, and you'd be able to reach your daily markup, much faster. So that's basically it about search. I'll see you next time. Okay? Bye bye.